Thank you, Mr. President. Distinguished delegates, it is a profound honor for me to address this Council today on behalf of UN Women in today's discussion on integrating gender perspectives into human rights investigations. This has been a priority for UN Women since its establishment 14 years ago. And it will continue to be a priority as the global challenges are greater than ever. With nearly 200 armed conflicts and situations of organized violence ongoing, the number of women and girls living in conflict-affected countries reached 612 in 2023. This is a 50% increase from 2017. These negative trends not only roll back progress on women's rights, but also reverse historical gains, undermining both gender equality and global peace. Women and girls often face unique forms of violence and discrimination in conflict that can go unnoticed without a gender-sensitive approach. Furthermore, sexual orientation, gender identity and expression are often grounds of discrimination and violence. Integrating a gender perspective and intersectional lens into accountability and investigation efforts is paramount. This approach not only leads to more robust and credible investigations, but also to tailored responses that can address root causes and break cycles of discrimination and violence. In 2009, UNIFEM, one of women's predecessor entities, deployed its first gender advisor to support an investigation of the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights. Since then, UN Women's partnership with the High Commissioner's Office and Justice Rapid Response has grown significantly. We are proud that since 2012, every single investigation has benefited from dedicated gender expertise. Specifically, we have deployed around 80 gender advisors as well as sexual and gender-based violence investigators to support human rights investigations mandated by the Human Rights Council worldwide. We are deeply grateful to the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights and Justice Rapid Response for their collaboration. But most importantly, I want to express profound appreciation and respect to the gender advisors and investigators on the ground who work tirelessly, often in difficult conditions, to ensure gender-sensitive approaches are integrated into these critical investigations. The work of the advisors has been key in amplifying the voices of survivors and providing this Council with essential information about how horrendous crimes are being committed. For example, the reports submitted by investigative bodies at this session provide evidence how parties to conflicts continue to use rape and other forms of sexual and gender-based violence to attack and terrorize civilians in the Sudan, and how the death of a prominent Syrian woman activist resulted in a chilling effect on other women's rights defenders. Reports presented at this Council last March found that persecution on the grounds of gender has been committed as a crime against humanity, targeting mainly women and girls in Iran, while South Sudanese women face severe impediments to participate in public life, constraining national development. All these investigations have benefited from the gender expertise deployed by UN Women. Gender advisors also play a critical role in bringing attention to less visible issues. For example, they have increasingly focused on reproductive violence as part of mandates of their investigations, and I invite you all to join us for a side event this afternoon on this topic. It is important to recognize that their role goes beyond documenting gendered impacts of human rights violations. They also provide crucial guidance to ensure gender-responsive, victim-centered, and trauma-informed methodologies. This means that women are considered credible sources of evidence, that survivors of violence are not unnecessarily re-interviewed, and that investigations do not inadvertently perpetuate gender biases. The reports of the investigative bodies contribute significantly to truth-telling, especially in contexts where conflict and repression persist. In such complex environments, we must continue to establish the facts, Truth-telling processes lay the foundation for societies to confront their pasts and to combat denial. Women's voices must be at their heart. Their experiences and their resilience are integral to understanding the realities of the conflicts and injustices. In conclusion, we know that inclusive and equal societies are less prone to violent conflict. So as we move forward, it is vital that we continue to champion efforts to ensure that human rights investigations are gender responsive and grounded in an intersectional approach. Again, thank you very much for giving UN Women an opportunity to be part of this discussion. Thank you.